Okay, magandang buhay po sa inyong lahat, grade 10 students. So, ang lesson po natin ngayon ay tungkol sa active recreation, street and hip-hop dance. So, ito po ang lesson natin for this quarter. Okay? So, sorry. On this lesson, so our topic would be street dance background and health benefits of dancing, street and hip-hop dance styles. So, doon po dadaloy ang ating talakayan tungkol po sa ating lesson sa street and hip-hop dance. Okay? For introduction, recreation is a therapeutic refreshment of relaxation of one's body and mind. Activities done for this purpose are called recreational activities. Its main objective is to revitalize the physical, mental, social, and emotional aspects of a person. In, in today's world that is full of stress and pressures, we need to engage in recreational activities to relieve our tensions. So sinasabi na sa panahon ngayon, lalo in the middle of the pandemic, maraming tao ang stress sa trabaho, stress sa paghahanap ng pagkakakitaan at sa marami pang bagay. So nakakalimutan na ng tao magkaroon ng mga activities na maaaring makatulong sa kanilang physical, mental, social, emotional health. Okay? So, nandito po yung mga recreational activities, especially this lesson na i-discuss natin, na maaaring makatulong sa kanila to relieve tensions on their bodies. Okay? So, sabi diyan, dance is a recreational activity that can develop our physical, mental, and social, emotional health. Dancing as a part of our lifestyle can surely sustain our fitness. So, ang dancing daw po ang surely nakakatulong po ito para masustain po yung ating maayos na pangangatawan at para tayo ay maging healthy. So, bahagi po ito ng lifestyle. Kaya nga kung minsan mapapansin ninyo yung mga may edad na, so para nagiging lifestyle na nila yung pagsasayaw, katulad ng Zumba, di ba? But it should be coupled with proper eating habits and weight management in order for a person to live healthy life. Siyempre, kailangan pagka nag-engage tayo ng mga ganitong uri ng recreational activity, kailangan meron din tayong disiplina sa pagkain. No? Meron din tayong tinatawag na weight management. So which is yun yung pinag-aralan natin ng first quarter kung naaalala ninyo. At the end of this unit, you are expected to perform street and hip-hop dances. Okay, so at the end of this lesson, so maaari pagka kinaya natin at kinaya ninyo, magkakaroon tayo ng performance, maaaring street dance or hip-hop dances. You will also appreciate how these dances can be revitalized your body and mind and sustain fitness. Okay? So, ma-appreciate daw natin yung dancing na maaari makatulong para sa ating pangangatawan, sa ating isip, at syempre sa ating fitness. Okay? So, unahin po natin yung lesson natin tungkol sa street dance. So, ano nga ba ang street dance? So, street dance is any style of dance that got its start outside the dance. The dance studio, typically in urban streets, schoolyards, and clubs. So, ang street dancing daw po, from the word itself, street, so, nanggaling po ito sa sayaw na nagsimula outside sa studio, typically in urban streets, schoolyards, and clubs. From its roots in the late 1960s, African-American street culture of New York, the edgy syncopated moves have earned global acceptance as a vibrant contemporary and dance discipline. Street dance background, what is called street dancing today, developed in a record room party in the Bronx in 1973 when DJ Kool Herc mixed record breaking and scratching them to prolong the instrumental sections so the dancer could show their moves longer. So ito daw pong si DJ Kool Herc, so nag-mix siya ng tunog and scratching their music para magkaroon ng beat na kakaiba para sa mga mananayaw. The extended dance was called breaking, and the MC pattern that covered the breaks became rap. Competition heated up over fancy moves as b-boys and b-girls work out their styles to punk, soul rock, and percussion riffs in the street and schoolyards. The West Coast created some signatures moves to rock and punk as well. Walking came from the gay dance club that featured 1970s disco music in LA. Locking and popping also developed in LA in the 1970s and crossed over into an umbrella hip hop category that expanded to include the fight style called cramping in the 1980s. So ito po yung parang mga nagiging origin ng mga dance styles ng kung paano po nagkaroon ng mga iba't ibang uri ng tawag doon sa mga dance styles. So, nagsimula po yung locking and popping noong year 1970s, maging yung walking na tinatawag nilang gay dance. And then yung cramping, parang medyo may pagka-fight style yung dating na nagsimula noong year 1980s. So hip hop dance. Hip hop is a culture movement best known for its impact on music in the form of the musical genre of the same name. It has origins in the Bronx in the New York City during the late 1970s, mostly African Americans and some influence of Latin Americans. So, alamin po natin yung hip-hop culture is composed of these pillars. So, ito po yung parang naging kultura ng hip-hop. So, hindi lang kasi pag sinabi nating hip-hop, hindi lang siya basta sayaw, no? So, marami pong kultura ang hip-hop. So, ito po yung una. The first one is DJing. Okay? A DJing, a disc jockey often abbreviated as DJ. So, yung DJing, a disc jockey. So, ang ibig sabihin po ng DJ is disc jockey. Okay? Is a person who plays existing recorded music for a live audience. Okay, so parang nagpe-play sila ng music doon sa live audience, especially in the bar, in the club. Siguro naman nakakwento sa inyo ng mga parents niyo yung mga disco nung panahon. So, merong mga DJs doon na nagpe-play ng iba't ibang uri ng recorded music. So, most common types of DJs include radio DJ and club DJ. So, yung radio DJ, so yun po yung mga napapakinggan natin sa mga radyo na yung ano ba, 99.9, FM radio, and so on and so forth. Si Papa Dudut or si Papa Jack, mga ganon. Di ba? Meron silang mga radio stations. And the club DJ, yan, yung katulad yan, yung nakikita nyo sa screen, sa inyo yung halimbawa ng club DJ, who performs at a night in a club or music festival, and turntablist who uses record players. Yun, yung sa radyo. Usually, turntables to manipulate some sounds on phonographs records. So, yun yun, nakalagay sa table. Okay, turntablist. Okay, or turntables. Number 2, second pillar of hip-hop o culture is yung tinatawag nating rapping. So, siguro naman, familiar na tayo dito sa rapping, no? So, napakaraming sikat na rapper dito sa atin sa Pilipinas. So, isa yan sa isa yan sa genre of music. So, yung hip-hop. So, hip-hop na ang kultura nito, kasama sa kultura nito is yung rapping. Okay? Kaya siya sinabi na yung rapping is bahagi ng hip-hop. Okay? Bakit? It's a musical form of vocal delivery that incorporates rhyme, rhythmic, speech, and street vernacular which is performed or chanted in variety of ways, usually over a backbeat or musical accompaniment. So, ano naman natin, di ba? They are using a backbeat, yung parang nakikinig sila ng background music na medyo may pagka hip-hop yung dating or may pagka-beat yung dating or na musical accompaniment and then sasabihan nila ng mga rhymes na parang tula yung dating. Di ba? So, ganun po yung mga styles ng rapping nila. So, commonly dito, medyo malalalim yung mga salita na ginagamit nila doon sa pag-rap nila. So, iba-iba ng style, no? Merong ang rap nila tungkol sa pagiging traditional or di kaya naman tungkol sa courting, and yung iba naman tungkol sa kanilang buhay, and so on and so forth. So, iba't ibang uri yung type ng rapping. Okay, so rapping is another pillar for hip-hop. Okay? And the third one would be the breakdancing. Okay? So, yun na yun. Sa sayaw na to involved, no? Yung hip-hop na to. So, kasi kanina, di ba, yung the first one, DJing, it's about music, no? Yung pinapakinggan nating music. The second one would be in singing. Okay? Hip-hop singing. Ngayon, napunta na tayo sa dancing, no? Breakdancing, also called breaking or b-boying or b-girling, kasi sa babae, di ba? Is an athletic style of street dance while diverse in the amount of variation available in the dance. Breakdancing mainly consists of four kinds of movement. So sinasabi na ito pong breakdancing ay merong apat na uri ng movement. So the first one would be the top rock, the down rock, the power moves, and freezes. Ano-ano nga ba ito? So isa-isahin natin para magkaroon tayo ng idea. Doon, mamaya pa pala yun, sa dance style. So, papakita ko sa inyo doon sa second part of the lesson, no? Hindi ko pa mapapakita. No, kung ano-ano yung kaibahan ng top rock, down rock, power moves, and freezes. So, later, papakita ko sa inyo. So, anyway, this is an example of freezes. Okay? Parang ganyan. No, anyway, mapunta tayo sa number 4. The another kind of hip-hop culture is graffiti art. Okay? So the graffiti art is another kind of hip-hop. So I'm sure nakakita na kayo nito sa mga streets, no? Especially in Manila or yung mga area na kung saan parang abandonado na. So doon gumagawa yung mga hip-hop na tao ng graffiti, no? Na style. So ganito po yan, parang medyo may pagka-doodle type yung style. Pero yung style ng pagkakagawa nila, medyo unique, no? Art writings or drawings that have been scribbled and scratched. Okay, parang labo-labo lang. Or painted typically illicitly on a wall or other surface, often within public view. So commonly makikita natin itong mga graffiti art sa mga public areas. So sa mga wall sa paligid and so on and so forth. Okay? So yan po yung 4 pillars of hip-hop. So the first one is DJing. The second one, the rapping. The third one, the break dancing. And the fourth one would be graffiti art. Okay? Is graffiti art. Sorry. So, what are the health benefits of dancing? Ano ba yung mapapala natin sa pagsasayaw? Anong matutulong nito sa ating kalusugan? Siyempre, kailangan malaman natin yon, no? So, the first one, it improved condition of your heart and lungs. Second one, increased muscular strength, endurance, and motor fitness. Increased aerobic fitness. Improved muscle tone and strength. Weight management, of course. Stronger bones and reduced risk of osteoporosis. Of course. Better coordination, agility, and flexibility. Siyempre, talaga naman, pagka nagsasayaw tayo, magkakaroon ng coordination yung ating katawan sa agility and flexibility. So, siyempre, kailangan buong katawan natin coordinated. Improve balance and spatial awareness. Increase physical confidence. Siyempre, mapapansin naman natin yan sa mga mahilig magsasayaw. 'Di ba? Kahit sa kalsada, basta makarinig sila ng tugtog, they're dancing. Improve mental functions. Okay? So, nare-refresh din yung ating mind. Greater general and physiological well-being. Greater self-confidence and self-esteem. And better social skills. Okay? So, yun po yung mga health benefits of dancing. Okay? So, let's proceed to the street and hip-hop dance styles. So, alamin po natin yung iba't ibang uri ng street and hip-hop dance styles. So, maaaring iba sa inyo, baka akala nila yung tawag sa ganitong style ng sayaw, ayun na. So, maaaring magkaroon tayo ng ibang mind. Maintindihan natin na, ay, hindi pala yun yung tawag doon, mali pala ako. No? So, malalaman natin dito sa lesson na yan. So, una, what is hip-hop? So, kanina pa naman natin binabanggit yan. So, hip-hop dance remains to be one of the most popular. So, syempre, isa bahagi ng sayaw, hip-hop ang isa sa pinaka-popular. No? Kung mapapansin naman natin, kahit naman sa panahon natin ngayon, yung mga TikTok na napapanood natin in cellphone, in mobile phone, or in Facebook, halos lahat ng style na yun ay nanggaling sa hip-hop. Okay? So, hip-hop music enthusiasts also often are enthusiasts of hip-hop dance. So, it's not that difficult to see the connection. Okay? So, what are the different hip-hop dance styles? So, unahin po natin yung una. Number 1. So, nabanggit na to kanina. B-boying. So, is an urban name for break dancing. Okay? So, people that study break dancing from all aspects and generally live the hip-hop culture prefers to call breakdancing b-boying. Okay? So, yung mga nag-aaral doon itong mga ganitong sayaw, so commonly, di natin nila tinatawag to na breakdance. So, they're calling it shortly for b-boying. Okay? Simply because they thought breakdancing became too commercial and people that could do one would call themselves b-boy or breakers. So naniniwala sila na pagka nagagawa nila ito, so they're calling themselves as a b-boys or a breakers. The dance style originated primarily among Puerto Rican and African. So ito daw pong dance style na to ay nag-originated sa mga Puerto Rican and African people. Kasi commonly malalakas kasi mga katawan ng mga yon. Kaya minsan, 'di ba, yung mga napapanood natin sa mga movies na mga nagbe-break dance or nagbi-b-boy, commonly mga itim, 'di ba? American youths, many of them former members of street gangs such as the Black Spades, the Young Spades, and the Baby Spades. During the mid-90s in the Bronx, the dance spread worldwide due to the popularity in the media, especially in Canada, France, Germany, Japan, Russia, South Korea, and the United Kingdom. Okay. Ito po yung halimbawa ng b-boying. So, yung napanood po natin is parang basic type lang siya ng, basic style lang siya ng b-boying, no? So, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina na 4 movements of b-boying or breakdance. So, the first one is top rock. So, footwork-oriented steps performed while standing up. So, ito po yung halimbawa nyo na nasa picture. So, yun din yung ginagawa ng dalawa kanina, di ba? So, top rock po yun. Pero gumagawa rin sila ng mga down rock, pero limit lang, no? Hindi parang sobrang pagka-down rock yung style. So, commonly ginawa nilang style ng break dance or b-boying is top rock. Okay? So, yun po yung halimbawa na parang nag-step forward lang yung paa. Okay? Ba't pa gumagala? Di naman nakikita. Second one, down rock. So, the down rock, footwork performed with both hands and feet on the floor. So, ito po yun, yung nasa second picture. So, parang yun yung mga naggagalaw-galaw na ng movement nila sa sahig, no? Yung parang mga pinapaikot yung paa, pinapaikot yung kamay, gumugulong-gulong. Ayan. Magaling dyan, si Jong Hilario, di ba? Freezes style is possessed done on your hand. So, ito po yung halimbawa ng freezes. Yung parang pinatatala yung sarili. Commonly, ang tawag dito ng mga iba, handstand. Di ba? Yung mga nandun yung mga kabataan, mga gumagawa ng mga ganito, ang tawag nila dito, handstand. Di ba? Pero ang tawag dyan in movements of breakdance or b-boying is freezes. Fourth one would be for power moves. Comprises full body spins and rotation that give the illusion of defying gravity. So yun na po yung parang medyo marami na silang ginagawang movement, no? So parang body spins, head spins, rotations, etc. etc. Yung parang mga nagpapatalbog-talbog na ng katawan sa floor. So power moves po ang tawag doon. Okay? Sa movement of b-boying. Okay? So nalaman na natin yung 4 movements of b-boying. So the top rock, the down rock, the freezes, and the power moves. Okay? Next, dance style of hip-hop. The second one is popping. Ayan, maraming nalilito dito sa popping and locking. So sana magkaroon tayo ng understanding kung ano po yung kaibahan ng popping at locking. Minsan kasi akala nung iba, yung mga naglalaklak na gano'n ay sa locking kasama. So, mababago yung konsepto natin sa pagkakaalam sa popping and locking. So popping is a street dance and one of the original punk styles that came from the Fresno, California. So tandaan niyo po yun kasi maaaring lumabas yun sa seatworks or quizzes. During the late 1960s and 1970s, the dance is based on the technique of quickly contracting and relaxing muscle to cause a jerk in the dancer's body, referred to as a pop or a heat. This dance was popular by Samuel Boogaloo, Sam Solomon, and his crew, the Electric Boogaloos. So ito po yung halimbawa ng popping. Pakita ko po sa inyo.
Just one of them nights, baby. One of them nights I feel like getting down. Yeah, down. Yeah. Just one of them
Okay?
nights.
So yun po yung halimbawa ng popping. Okay? Papansin natin, nakala nyo iba na ang tawag dito eh. Okay? So popping po ang tawag dito. Popping po ang tawag dito. So, puntahan naman natin yung third one, the locking. So, the locking, the beginning can be traced to one man, Don Campbell, okay, in the late 1960s. He put together several fad dances, adding moves on his own, known as the lock, when performing. Okay? The name is based on the concept of locking movements, which basically means breathing from a past movement and locking in a certain position, holding the composition for a short while, and then continuing in the same speed as before. So, mabilis yung movement niya, pero parang naglalak siya pagkatapos ng mabilis na movement. Okay? So, ito po yung halimbawa ng locking. Okay, so yan po yung ating locking. Okay? Hindi natin na kasi medyo mahaba yung video. So, yun po yung tinatawag nating locking. So, kung mapansin natin, medyo may pagka-punky yung style ng sayaw. Okay? So, puntahan po natin yung fourth one. So, the fourth one is crump o yung crumping na kung tawagin nila, no? So, natin yun naman sa picture para silang mga galit na galit, ano? Crumping is a street dance popular in the United States characterized by pre-expressive, exaggerated, and highly energetic movement. So, talagang yung sayaw nito medyo parang free expressive siya, parang free movement, medyo exaggerated, and medyo malakas yung mga bagsakan ng galaw, mabibigat. The youth who started cramping saw the dance as a way of them escape gang life and to release anger, aggression, and frustration positively in a non-violent way. So, yung mga kabataan, isip nila itong cramping na to ay nakakatulong sa kanila para matakasan yung to escape gang life, para mawala yung galit o anger, frustration, and aside from that, to avoid violence. So kasi parang dito mo na binubuhos yung galit mo sa pagsasayaw ng cramping. No? So, yung galit mo na parang sumusuntok-suntok ka sa hangin. So yun na yun. The root word cramp came from the lyrics of California, mean streets. So it's sometimes spelled cramp. So dito malalaman natin kung anong ibig sabihin ng cramp, no? So ang cramp, ang ibig sabihin po niyan, kingdom, radical, uplifted, mighty praise. So, yan po yung ibig sabihin ng cramp. So, dagdag sa kalaman yan para sa mga mahilig magsasayaw dyan. Okay? Presenting cramping as a faith-based art form. Okay? Cramping was created by two dancers. So, Cesar, Tight Eyes, or Willis and Joe Artis, Big Mijo, Rati in South Central Los Angeles during early 2000. So doon po nagsimula po na parang pinasikat nila itong sayaw na cramping. Okay? So ito po yung halimbawa ng cramping. Cramp.
So good to be back.
Okay, so kung mapansin niyo, di ba, parang galit na galit sila sa movement. So, yan po yung tinatawag nating cramping. So, puntahan po natin yung number 5. So, number 5 is tutting. Okay, another dance styles for hip-hop. So, I'm sure familiar na rin yung iba dito, yung tutting, nakita nyo naman sa picture. So, it's the name given to a contemporary abstract, interpretative dance style that exploits the body ability to create geometric positions. So, parang gumagawa ka ng mga geometric styles, no? Pag ginagawa mo itong mga tating-tating na yan, no? And movements predominantly with the use of right angles. It is performed with minute attention to the musical rhythm, typically by altering position in a stop-and-go fashion. Okay, so ito po yung halimbawa ng tating. No? Okay, so yun po yung halimbawa ng tating. Okay? So I'm sure nakakita na kayo ng mga ganyang nagsasayaw. So, bago yon, so gusto ko sana malaman nyo kung saan ba talaga nagsimula tong tating na to, no? So, ano po yung naging origin o ano po yung pinagsimula nitong sayaw na tating, no? Kasi meron niyang source meron niyang pinagmulan, no? Presumably, the dance began as a mimicking of the angular poses common to ancient Egyptian art. So, kung naalala nyo yung lesson natin ng grade 9, di ba meron doon mga wall drawing o cave drawing ng mga Egyptian. So, na yung mga picture sila, parang nakaganyan yung kamay, nakalahad yung kamay, nakaganyan, nakison, parang ganon. So, tatting as a whole of certain tutting would have been referred to as a king tut. It's likely from its colloquialism for Pharaoh Tutankhamun as a representative of ancient Egypt and Western popular culture that form gained its name. Mark Benson, aka King Tut, is still greatly acclaimed for pioneering the style. So ito po yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na ginawa ni Mark Benson na parang Egyptian style, na tating talaga siya. So ito po yung pinagmulan niya. Okay?
This has been a wonderful year for me. Having the opportunity to work with dancers on America's Best Dance Crew, America's Got Talent. And so you think you can dance. Getting tutters to be the best tutters that they can be is what I do best. And at the Valentine's Theater last week, I was given the opportunity once more to be the choreographer of another great tutting routine.
Okay, so kung mapapansin ninyo, yung ginagawa nila parang tatings talaga siya. Hindi pala parang, tating talaga siya. Okay? Dahil ngayon, ginagamit na sa mga hip-hop dance styles. Okay? Na sinasama na talaga sa mga sayaw-sayaw sa ngayon. Okay? So, dito po nagsimula yung sayaw na tating. Okay? Kay King Tut, Mark Benson, King Boogaloo. Okay? So, di ba? Galing. So, puntahan natin yung another type or style rather ng hip-hop dance. So, the shuffling. Okay? Ano nga ba itong shuffling, sir? The Melbourne Shuffle, also known as rocking or simply the shuffle. Parang yung kanta na, shuffling. Ano bang kanta yun? Nakalimutan ko na yung tono niya. Anyway, it's a rave and club dance that developed in the early 1990s. This shuffle style became known as the Melbourne Shuffle in 1998. This style is also influenced by Chicago-based Gito house dance na kung tawagin nila ay footwork sa house dance. Pero yung style ay tinatawag nilang creep walk. Okay, yan. Nagkaroon na kayo ng familiar, no? Sa tenga ninyo. So, creep walk. Yung parang gumagalaw-galaw na ganun yung mga paa, na movements yung paa. Okay, the originated in Compton, LA in Los Angeles. LA is Los Angeles. Okay? So people who dance shuffle have often been referred to as a rocker. No, yung mga gumagawa daw nitong mga shuffling dance na to ay tinatawag nila as rocker due in the pop part to the popularity of shuffling to rock music in the early 1990s. Ayan, si, ano yan si Snoop Dogg. No, nagki-crip walk siya. Oh. Ayan, ito po yung example ng shuffling. Okay? So, yan po yung halimbawa ng shuffling. Okay? So, sana naintindihan niyo po kung ano po yung shuffling, no? Okay? So, the last style of hip-hop dance is yung tinatawag nating walking. Okay? So, I know some of you are familiar na rin dito sa mga mahilig magsasayaw. So it's an underground Latino and African American dance style that originated in the American underground gay. So ito po kasing walking parang sayaw talaga to ng mga gays, ng mga bading, no? In the discos and in the bar somewhere in the underground American, etc. On the early 1970s and receives the name from English word walk, which means waving arm. So parang wini-wave yung mga kamay, no? Nagwe-wave, nag-extend. Walking is a dance style originated in New York and Los Angeles in the early 70s, was part of the club's US gay culture, no? Parang sa mga bading-bading nga, no? Yung movement nila. Pero meron din mga babae at mga lalaki nagsasayaw nito sa panahon ngayon. Kasi nga dance style naman to eh. Initially, it was called garbo because dancer copied pretentious theatrical posture characteristic of famous actresses of 40s, no, nung 1940s. So yung mga itsura kasi noon medyo masyadong OA yung mga makeups, yung mga ganyan, garbo yung masyadong magarbo yung itsura nila. Okay. So ito po yung halimbawa ng walking. May mga waves ng kamay, ng arms. Titingnan nyo. Mga sexy dance na to. Yan, mga waves ng kamay. Yan. Okay, so yun po yung halimbawa ng walking. Okay, so again, those are the different dance styles of hip hop. So the first one is, ano ba yung first one natin? And the first one is b-boying or the break dance. So the second one is popping. The third one is locking. The fourth one is cramping. The fifth one is cutting. And the sixth one is shuffling. And the last style of hip hop dance is yung tinatawag nating walking. Okay? So I hope you remember everything that we have discussed. Okay? So, yung pong mga magiging quizzes and sitworks natin is ipopost ko na lang po sa ating learning management system. And then inform ko na lang kayo sa ating group chat para pag magsasagot na kayo, alam niyo kung ano po yung hahanapin ninyo. And kung meron po akong ipapagawa sa inyong project, I will going to send you na lang sa GC para if ever na meron kayong mga questions, so doon na lang po natin pag-uusapan. So that's all. Goodbye and thank you. Mabuhay na ligtas.